How much do I like the movie Walk the Line? I like it so much that even the fact that Reese Witherspoon is in it can't stop me from liking it. I don't generally care for Reese Witherspoon, and I think the fact that she won the Oscar for this movie is a little bit ridiculous. Granted, I think it's probably the best performance she's ever put on film, but that's also not really saying a whole lot. Still, Reese Witherspoon aside, I think Walk the Line is a fantastic movie. And if anything, Joaquin Phoenix got robbed for not getting an Oscar for his performance as Johnny Cash. Does he look exactly like Johnny Cash? No. Does he bear an uncanny resemblance to him, especially in his mannerisms and the way he speaks and sings? He absolutely does. This is a perfect biopic performance by Joaquin Phoenix. He doesn't try to do a spot-on imitation or a caricature of Johnny Cash. He just really tries to capture the spirit of Johnny Cash. And by doing so, his impression of Johnny Cash is actually quite perfect. This is a really great film. I have to admit, I never liked Johnny Cash at all. I had no interest in his music whatsoever until I saw this movie. And after I watched this movie, I went out and purchased a great number of his CDs, and I've become a really big fan of his music. So if nothing else, Walk the Line can open you up to a world of some really fantastic music. But on top of that, it's just a good film. Sure, it hits every biopic note that it has to. It's got the romances and the breakups and the moment of fame where things change and the kind of the downfall and all of these things that are requisite in any good biopic. But that doesn't mean that it's not a good movie. It's not the most original movie that's ever come around. By and large, it's still a really, really enjoyable film to watch. And I have to say that I'm quite pleased to see it finally getting a Blu-ray release. Now, the funny thing about that is that Walk the Line has been released in like 17 different versions on DVD already. And if you're like me, you may already own one or two or three, in my case, of those. But I'm still glad to have it on Blu-ray. The picture quality is fantastic. You really do get a nice upgrade from the DVD. Excellent colors, nice image clarity, a little bit of grain to kind of preserve the cinematic experience. But the surround sound is really where this disc shines as well. The musical performances sound absolutely fantastic. Dialogue is clean and clear, and there is actually some nice rear channel ambiance from those rear speakers to really kind of fill the film in and really give it just a real nice presence as you're watching it. Now, the extra features on the disc are nothing specific to the Blu-ray. Again, this movie has been released at least 3 times on DVD before, so what you're getting here are all drawn from those releases. And you don't get the nice packaging of that limited edition release with the Shepard Fairey artwork on it. But what you do get are an audio commentary by the film's director, James Mangold, 10 deleted scenes, which also come with optional commentary by Mangold, extended musical sequences, which are, of course, very nice, a featurette called Folsom, Cash, and the Comeback, another featurette called Celebrating the Man in Black, The Making of Walk the Line, and a featurette called Ring of Fire, The Passion of Johnny and June, which is, of course, about Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash. And then finally get the film's theatrical trailer. So a solid collection of extra features, nothing you can't get on one of the various DVD releases, though. Still, Walk the Line, for my money, is a really great film, one I enjoy a lot more than I expected to. Some really great performances, especially by Joaquin Phoenix. And again, it looks and sounds great, and you get some nice extra features. So I'm going to go ahead and say that Walk the Line is definitely highly recommended.